So as they're laid off, I think it's going to be like they'll call them in. They still work for the company. They still keep their
Benefits.
seniority and their building seniority, and they have their job. And during peak season, they'll be the first ones to get hired again.
Yeah.
Um,
We're kind of like
they'll
on
and
call.
yeah, they're like basically on call right now. So, but I mean, they are technically laid off and not working. And any drivers, yeah, they're just going to be back in there. I wouldn't want to do it, but I
Yeah, it's
mean,
kind of slap
it's
in the
better
face,
than not
bro. Like you
working.
just fought for a
Yeah,
contract, you get this nice contract. You're used to like overtime. You're used to paying your bills, and you're used to that overtime check. And then all of a sudden, like you go down to 8 hours, and on top of it, slap in the face, loading packages back up when you've already been put in a lot better position as a driver. That's the only like that's why it's telling people in the comments like you should be bragging about that. You should be upset about that because that's not
yeah,
like. It's just crazy, and I'm not saying because everybody's like, "Oh, you're just a hater," blah blah blah. But like, I'm not saying they're not going to make a bounce back, and once their profits go back up or whatever, yeah, they'll start rehiring again. But I just kind of think what they're doing in the short term is just kind of disrespectful. And like you said, you've been there 24 years, you got that $1,800 a year offer, but realistically, like you're saying, like, dude, I mean, sure, it sounds like a lot of money to some people, but that's not a lot of money. That's gonna be gone in a second, bro. And then what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
yeah. Um, I make about I mean, it's all been said. We make about 120 a year or something like that. I mean, so it's like that 43K is not worth you know taking that and then leaving this job. And it's not just that; it's the benefits. And I get good benefits. I get time
Health
off.
insurance,
I have a
yeah.
great job. And it's a respectable job. People. I can be proud to call myself a UPS driver. Um, so it's really not worth it to like go take that money. And in my comments, a lot of people will go take it and invest it and just go get another job.
Yeah, invest
But
in what,
it's
bro?
hard
Like,
to. It's like, yeah, you don't really understand like how good of a deal this is that we have here at UPS. If you think that this is just like another job,
you
because
see, I like
it's
that you
really
said
not.
that. I like that you're saying you don't even know how good of a deal is. Well, instead of saying we deserve this deal, you're like, like you see, like, so then we have like a normal conversation. Like people in the comments, oh, we deserve this. You know how to work. Like, yeah, you have a good deal. At least you respect it. You earn it. And the same thing, you're probably paying what a couple of bucks for your health insurance. I take you got a family, right? You mentioned son and stuff
Yeah.
like this.
Hmm.
So like, dude, like personally, I don't have that stuff. So like, I'm paying like $1,600 a month for health insurance for 5 of us in my family. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah, I think we pay $8
yeah,
and
exactly.
65 cents for Delta Health,
Oh wow.
and we do our $100, about 100 and is a little over $100 for our union due.
Mhm.
But I mean, like I pay nothing when I go to the dentist, and I do a small copay at Kaiser. It's $10 for an office visit, $50 for an emergency room visit. But there's no like cap. Nothing else comes out of my pocket except for those two copays and
That's
$5
beautiful.
for prescriptions.